Hello friends, it's Scott from Flat River Keto. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On my channel, you get to come along for the ride on my keto journey. I normally check in with you guys once a week, at least when things are going well. You know that for the last little while, things hadn't been going very well, and I hadn't checked in with you for some time. But last check-in with you guys was last weekend, and so we're kind of in the middle of a week, and outside of the beginning of my journey, I really haven't done much checking in a long-form video in the middle of a week. Mostly, as you guys know, I share my shorts every day as I go on my rucks with my dogs. But wanted to check in with you and just talk a little bit about kind of restarting keto. And like a lot of you, I got started again at the beginning of the year. Some of you may be starting for the first time. I've been living the ketogenic lifestyle for coming around on 4 years. It'll be 4 years in July. And throughout that time, I obviously have had times where I've been on track or on plan, and I've had a few times where I've been a little bit off plan, but I would say the last 2 or 3 months or so was the most significant off-plan time that I've ever really had. And so I am kind of experiencing some of the things that a person experiences when they first start the ketogenic lifestyle, again, for the first time in almost 4 years. Like I said, it's not that I've been 100% keto 100% of the time over the last 3+ years, but I had never really gotten off track long enough, I don't think, to have some of the things that I've been experiencing the last few days. And one of the biggest things for me, people talk about the keto flu, and I think that that affects people differently, but I will tell you one thing that I definitely know for me is I've had a day or two where I have just had no energy. One of the great things about the ketogenic lifestyle, and one of the great things that I discovered not too long into living the ketogenic lifestyle when I started originally, was how much more energy I had. And the good news is I'm already starting to feel that energy, but man, for a couple of days, it was like, again, I know why people call it the keto flu, because it almost felt like flu-like symptoms. I mean, my body just kind of ached a little bit, and I just had no energy. I think it was, gosh, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? That's so crazy, guys. The days all seem to run together. But whatever it was, a couple of days ago for sure, I literally came home from work, and I was like, I can barely keep my eyes open. And so if you're struggling with that, if you're experiencing that, if you're new to the ketogenic lifestyle, I don't have all the answers for how to kind of get over that. I can tell you that it doesn't last. And I can tell you that one thing that has been really helpful for me is having a good source of electrolytes. Now, the funny thing is, guys, when I started the ketogenic lifestyle, you can go back and watch my videos, but I will tell you really briefly, I went straight from the standard American diet actually all the way to carnivore. I did that for a short period of time and then kind of landed on keto. But the person that introduced me to this lifestyle didn't really have any tips or tricks as far as first starting out. And his version of electrolytes was basically taking either sodium or the low salt, which is potassium and sodium chloride mixed together, and just having that in water and just drinking that. And by the way, that is absolutely awful, in case you were wondering. So having a good source of electrolytes is really important. And I have reminded myself over the last few days to make sure that I am replenishing those electrolytes as I am getting rid of some water weight that I had been retaining over the last, again, couple of months of really not being very consistent with keto. And you guys know that I'm affiliated with Keto Chow, and I love their product that they have, Salty, which is their electrolyte. It's delicious. I also utilize a product from Redmond called Relight. And quite frankly, the reason that I continue to utilize that, even though I love the Keto Chow product Salty more, I like the taste better, but quite frankly, Relight is pretty cheap relative to Salty. Now, there are some drawbacks to it. It doesn't dissolve as well in water, and I love Salty, and I have it. And my favorite flavors of electrolytes probably are definitely Salty. I absolutely love, they have a grapefruit flavor, groovy grapefruit. They have a new cherry flavor, also cherry chill, and then their new kind of a reimagining of their lemon lime. Those are their 3 new flavors, and I love those all very much. But I would recommend to you guys, if you're just getting started, the reason I wanted to jump on here today was to tell you that if you're just getting started, having a good source of electrolytes is really important, can really help to overcome that quote-unquote keto flu. And I don't claim to be a medical professional, a medical doctor. I'm just telling you guys about my experience. I don't know exactly how that works or why that works. I do know that our bodies kind of have a transition from using glucose and sugar for energy to going into ketosis and using fat for energy. And during that transition, there can be several things that are kind of happening. And I don't know that electrolytes help with all of the things that kind of happen as that happens, but I will tell you guys for sure that for me, having a good source of electrolytes is helpful in lessening the effects of the keto flu. That was something that I had to kind of re-remember. Again, I was just dragging. I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday, but just dragging at work. And it was like a light bulb kind of went on as I got back from my, I've been doing my rucks midday. It's been very, very cold here in Nebraska. And so rather than doing my rucks in the dark in the morning, I've been doing them in the middle of the day. It's still been cold, but at least there's been some sunshine. So anyway, I was finishing up a lunchtime ruck with my dogs, and it was everything I could do to get back. I mean, I have a smart watch, and so I'm able to keep pretty consistent times on my miles when I do my rucks. And this day, I was like a good 2 minutes slower per mile, and during the lunchtime I usually do a little over 2 miles, about 2.2 miles is what I can get in, and I was significantly slower, and I was like, my goodness, what's going on with me? And again, like I said, by the end of that work day, I was dragging so badly that I could barely keep my eyes open, and it was like a light bulb went on over my head. It was like, duh, you're probably experiencing some of that, keto flu, or transitioning back from using glucose or sugar for fuel to using fat for fuel, being in ketosis. And I was reminded of the importance of electrolytes. And so I just wanted to jump on here and share that with you guys because, again, those of us who have been doing this for a long time, living the ketogenic lifestyle for a long time, outside of, a very few channels who are a lot more organized probably than I am, have better information than I do. My channel for you guys is mostly about my experience, but as I remember things like that, I probably talked a lot about that when I was starting out and my channel was new, as I would put together, information for you guys, those that are just starting out. But, as you get into a routine, you've been doing something for a long time, you kind of forget about what it was like to be starting out. And so while I'm not starting out, I'm kind of restarting, and was reminded of the importance of having electrolytes. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Hope that you're all doing well. I appreciate all your support and encouragement as I kind of get restarted, so to speak. It has been a really good week for me so far since we last spoke. Since I last shared a long-form update with you. You guys have been able to see, those of you who do follow along with my shorts, that I've been getting my exercise, my rucking with my dogs in every day. I've been gradually working back into my DDPY, which is that yoga-based program that I do. And then my nutrition has been good. I haven't been necessarily focused on weight loss or fat loss. I'm just focused on getting back to the basics. I feel like I'm starting to lose a little bit again, which is great, but I'm really just feeling better. I had gotten to a point where I was just feeling kind of blah all the time, and because it was really because I was just overeating all the time. And so it's felt really good to get back and to not feel like I'm overeating all the time, not feel like I'm grazing and constantly full and uncomfortable. I know there's a lot of you out here there who know what I'm talking about. Had that feeling for a good chunk of the holidays, and it feels nice to not have that feeling. I wish I could say that the pounds are just falling off. I had mentioned to you guys previously that my current wardrobe was getting to the point where it was getting very tight, and almost to the point where I was needing to buy new sizes and clothing. And I would love to say that my clothes are now fitting great and comfortably. Not quite there yet, but the good news is I feel like I'm trending in that direction, and hopefully here in the next week or two, I will actually start to feel some of those changes in my clothes. I have a feeling that I will. As I continue to press forward. So that was the update I wanted to share with you guys today. I will try to update you again at the end of the week on Saturday, and just do another check-in similar to this, I suppose. I'm continuing to kind of think through the details of the processes that I want to put in place for the rest of the month of January. And of course for tax season, as that is quickly approaching us. But thank you again for being a part of my journey. Day by day, keep calm and keto on, my friends. We'll talk to you again soon.